Building an international health center, Gde Arnawa will relocate the Kutsel Sub-district office. What is Kutsel? South Kuta. And beware, thunderstorms. Early warning of extreme weather in Bali still lasts for the next 2 days, at least. So, stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat malam. Welcome to the latest news from Bali and Indonesia. This is March 23rd/24th, 2025, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today? Whoa, okay, no rain, but really strong winds all day, and it just felt very uncomfortable, well, up here in the third floor because of the wind, and I just kind of felt sticky all day, and like I'd like to take about 10 different baths. Right now, it is 29.5 degrees Celsius. The humidity is 63%, and the wind speed is 29.4 kilometers per hour. As mentioned at the start of this video, one of the main stories is, of course, about the extreme weather. How can we talk about anything except that? Okay, well, let's get started. Building an international health center, Gde Arnawa will relocate the Kutsel Sub-district office. The health center will be built on the current Kutsel Sub-district office land. As a result, the Kutsel Sub-district office will be relocated to realize the construction of the health center. He hopes that the existence of an international standard health center will make it easier for the people of South Kuta to get health services, and they no longer will need to go all the way to Mangyasada Hospital, which is, well, quite a ways from South Kuta. Trust me, whatever I will do definitely will be the best for the people of Badung that we love. I am committed, and I also promise to the community. I have an obligation. As much as possible, I will help the community, he said. Arnawa said he was committed to resolving the problems in South Kuta, including those related to clean water distribution, overcoming traffic congestion, and waste management. Wow, good for him. According to him, infrastructure development is needed to realize quality Badung tourism. And what about just the people that live there? However, he asked Badung residents to be patient because he had only been regent for a few months. He promised to resolve the various problems gradually and in a process. There's no way I can do it in 1 year, he said. My term of office is 5 years. This is just the first year. On the other hand, he admitted that various infrastructure development plans require a large budget. He also asked Badung residents to understand regarding the provision of grants in the early stages. The regent admitted that he would be selective in providing grants while still pursuing urgent matters such as religious activities. I apologize. Since the time I was inaugurated, I have really gone all out and really focused. I don't want the people of Badung to be disappointed in choosing me as the regent. Okay, so another international health center? Wow, well, that will be interesting. Good for the local people if it's affordable. I don't know what the new hospital, which by the way should be open in about another 3 weeks, I don't know how much that is going to cost. It'll be interesting to see what the fee structure is like once they get rolling. But another international health center. Always good to have more health options for residents of Bali. And the weather, if you've been here, you know what it's like. And if you haven't been here and you haven't been following the news, well, I'm surprised you haven't seen anything because some of these stories have gone international already. We are in some really extreme weather. Beware, thunderstorms. Early warning of extreme weather in Bali still lasts for the next 2 days. BMKG, Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysics Agency issued a 3-day weather warning for Bali Province from the 23rd to the 25th of March. And I heard an update somewhere, which I can't find now, that it's actually been extended to the 26th. BMKG predicts that the Bali region will experience light to moderate rain accompanied by lightning and strong winds of short duration on this period, March 23rd to March 25th. And strong winds of short duration, we've had strong winds here, but they've been all day. It has not stopped gusting up today. Hasn't rained, interestingly enough, but of course it has in other parts of Bali. And the news is full of what is happening here, all these different tragedies going on here, people being killed in car accidents and washed away. I'm just going to cover a couple of them here, the ones that have really been all over the local media. Jembrana BPBD recorded dozens of natural disasters of fallen trees due to extreme weather. That was yesterday. Apart from fallen trees, there were also a number of maritime accidents experienced by sailors. Of the 4 sea accidents, the whereabouts of 3 fishermen and 1 angler are still unknown. According to the data obtained, there were at least 11 incidents of fallen trees that occurred in various areas of Jembrana. Then there were 2 trees that fell on houses, 2 tree branches broke off on the side of the road. And this one is really tragic. A tree fell on South Kuta and hit a car driven by a woman, 49 years old, with her child, who was either 9 or 10, depending on what story. The incident caused panic at the scenes, especially after a loud crash was heard. The car was just flattened. She unfortunately died, but citizens were able to break into the car and get the child out, and he has been taken to the hospital and has survived, fortunately, but his mother has not. And a car carrying tourists was hit by a fallen tree in Candi Dasa. This incident caused the driver and passengers to suffer serious injuries, and they were immediately rushed to the Karangasem Hospital for medical treatment. And this was caused by high winds. And that car was also flattened. So it is dangerous to be out there. And of course, there is this boat accident, which has been in international press, hit by a wave, what they call a rogue wave, and then hit again, flipped over. A passenger was thrown out of the boat. She died. 2 others are in the hospital with chemical burns. I'm not sure how they got chemical burns. If you're thinking about doing water activities right now, boy, I would not do it. In fact, I would not go anywhere where you're going to pass by trees either. Just call me cautious. But better safe than sorry. And so buckle up there. We're going to have a couple of days of really bad weather, at least a couple of days, as we head into Nyepi and Idul Fitri. And here is some good news for Aussies that live in Darwin, another plane. Australia becomes Ngurah Airport's favorite route. Indonesia AirAsia opens Bali-Darwin PP flights. The Australian route from the airport in Bali is getting livelier with the addition of airlines serving the Darwin location. Previously, this route was only served by Jetstar Airways, and Air Indonesia had its inaugural flight on Saturday, on the 22nd. The Bali-Darwin flight by Indonesia AirAsia will operate 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. The inaugural flight had 155 passengers on a plane that has a capacity of 180. With this addition, according to an airport official, we hope to make it easier for passengers because there are alternative airlines available to Darwin. He added that Australia is still the route with the highest daily flight frequency, with an average of at least 60 flights to and from Australia every day. Apart from the frequency aspect, the passenger occupancy rate for the Australian route, or load factor, was also recorded as quite good. The majority of routes performed above 85% during the first 2 months of 2025. Even the Darwin route load factor reached above 90%. For Indonesia AirAsia itself, Darwin is the 3rd route operating at Gusti Ngurah International Airport. Apart from Darwin, Perth and Cairns are also regular routes that have been operating. Denpasar and Darwin have close historical and cultural ties and are the favorite destinations for Australian tourists who want to enjoy the beauty of Bali, as well as for Indonesians who want to explore northern Australia. With the opening of this route, we hope to further increase the number of foreign tourists visiting Bali. Currently, the airport serves 9 direct flight routes to various cities in Australia, namely Adelaide, Brisbane, Cairns, Canberra, Gold Coast, Darwin, Melbourne, Perth, and Sydney. Okay, and let's finish up with some good news about language in Indonesia. BASAbali Wiki wants to develop regional languages throughout Indonesia. Chairman of the BASAbali Wiki Board of Trustees, Gde Nala Antara, has a vision and mission to develop regional languages from various ethnic groups in Indonesia. This was mentioned by him after he won a 2025 Datik Bali Award for the category of Bali Language Preservation Warrior. Pak Antara wants to advance and develop languages and cultural traditions throughout Indonesia. To realize that, Pak Antara will start focusing on efforts to develop the Balinese language. A number of innovations, especially in the digital realm, will be carried out to realize that. He targets the millennial generation in order to preserve and develop the Balinese language and its culture in general. Nala seeks to encourage the millennial generation to contribute ideas and solutions that advance Bali by speaking Balinese. We have replicated BASAbali Wiki in South Sulawesi and Kalimantan. This year, also in West Nusa Tenggara. He also thanked Datik Bali for the award for BASAbali Wiki. He feels appreciated for what he has done to strengthen and advance the Balinese language, especially in the digital realm. The Datik Bali Awards 2025 is an appreciation event for figures, institutions, and communities that are innovative and contribute positively to Bali. This is the first event held by Datik Bali. These awards are given to individuals, business entities, and institutions in Bali and Indonesia who have made extraordinary contributions in various fields. Okay, and that is it for today. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Take care. And I will see you next time.